welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stanzie and welcome to today's video. So today's video is another one of my dressing room try on videos, and as you guys can tell by the title, we are going to Kmart. Now Kmart, as we know and love them, a very inexpensive brand, may I say, but they also have clothing feel like a turnover pretty frequently. I did do Kmart maybe a couple of months back now, but I feel like that was really very autumn based, and now they have headed really into like the winter sort of styles here in Australia. So I wanted to see what was out there, because I feel like this year the fashion is a little bit of changing from last year, which I don't mind. Also, who doesn't love to refresh their wardrobe with a more affordable option? I will say I do apologize if you go out and look for this stuff and it's not in your local Kmart, because this stuff sells out so quickly. I did film this video last week, and I'm not sure when I'm going to edit and put it up. I will try as soon as possible for you guys, because I really don't want to be showing you things that you probably can't find. But when I was there, they did have a lot of stuff in stock, which hopefully means that they'll have it everywhere as well. Now I'm sure you want to see what I have tried on. Just a little disclaimer, I am a plus size woman, so shopping wise I'm generally a 22. These days I'm heading more to about a 20, but it really depends on what I'm trying on. So I literally range from an 18 to a 24, depending on stretch, depending on where you're shopping, and you guys are probably the same. That's why I like to try things on, so you can actually see how it might look on more of a plus size body before you head on out there and get it for yourself. So let's get started with what I tried on. The first item that I tried on was this lovely green floral skirt, and I tried it on in a size 20. Now this had an elastic waist, which I love, because it's just so easy to slip on a skirt, and also it kind of looked like a nice satin fabric, but it was like a thick satin, if that makes sense. So it wasn't that, that slinky one that's too slinky. So I'm not sure the exact fabric of this, but it looked like a satin, and as I said, a thicker satin, which I actually liked. I feel like green is the color of this season, because I've seen so many greens, not just in clothing, but in sunglasses, in bags, in lots of other things. So green is the way to go. And I really like this skirt. I love the little simple floral pattern on it, and the style was really quite pretty, very feminine, very girly. What I didn't like was the length, because for me, I just feel like this sort of length in a skirt or a dress just makes me look shorter, and I am someone who's not shaped with nice long legs, so I always want to look taller. I feel like we always want to look of something that we don't have. So for me, I tend to love something that's just after the knee or around the knee. So, but otherwise, seeing as it's winter, most of us probably will wear boots on this anyway, so you probably can't really tell the length. But otherwise, it sat really nicely, and I really liked it. And the skirt retails for $22. Next up, I tried on this brown, a pullover sweater type knit situation in a size 20. Now this was really lovely. Now the size was perfect. I really liked the kind of crossover in the front, and I liked how the sleeves kind of tapered in a little bit in the wrist area, and then were a little bit looser, shall I say, out. It sat really nicely on. It was very comfortable. I like anything that gives that little bit of a cleavage look. I just feel like it looks kind of classy and sexy at the same time. I'm pretty sure it also came in, I think, a white. Very lovely. This is something that I could wear to work. It's a day. You could even dress it up and wear it at night. Nice and simple. And you know what? This is something that you could wear year after year as well, because it's just something that's a little bit timeless, I would say. I mean, I don't know about the durableness of Kmart quality, so the more that you wash and wear it, it probably won't last as long, but it's something that's very pretty and very stylish, and I feel like it looks very modern, and it would look so pretty with a skirt, with some jeans, that casual little booties, some denim jeans. Really cute. As I said, very comfortable. I definitely recommend this one. And that one retails for $28. Next up, I tried on this long sleeve floral dress in a size 20. Now this was a very pretty dress, and I really liked the pleated bottom. I hope you guys can see it in the camera, because sometimes the darker colors are a little bit hard to tell, but the pleating, it was just so pretty, just so feminine. I really liked it. I also like the fact that it was lined underneath, so the top fabric was that little kind of chiffony sort of style that went over the nice lining, and just very very flowy. It had elastic on the wrist, which I've said before in the past, I like the look of it because it kind of keeps the wrist bit staying there. But if you're ever hot and you have to pull up the elastic, it kind of tends to dig in your elbow area, and that's something that I don't like. But seeing as it's cold now, I probably wouldn't do that anyway. For me personally, the neckline just was a little bit too high. I just feel like it was in that nowhere land, and maybe because I'm larger busted, I definitely need something a little bit lower so I feel like my ladies can breathe. But apart from that, I just feel like it sat really nicely on. It had a nice like tie up as well. Very girly, very something that you could wear out to brunch. You could definitely wear it to work. And really nice kind of like girly going out, having, as I said, lunch, dinner, tea. A dress that you could wear in many occasions. It also looks like the kind of fabric that you actually don't have to iron. I definitely would say like it's one that you could wash, and then like my mum does, you put it on a coat hanger and hang it out like that, and I feel like it would really straighten itself out. We won't discuss the length because I feel like a broken record, but actually I feel like it works on the dress, maybe because of the pleats. And this one retails for $35. I mean, seriously, $35 for a dress that you could like wear to work with lining. I think that's such a good deal. Next up, I tried on this lovely sweater dress in a size 18. Now this, I really liked the colors to it. Like I love pink, of course. So I had the pink and the navy. I feel like worked really well, and I really liked the stripes on it. I love the sleeves. I love that like billowy look. I always feel like that elevates a style for sure. I also love the slits on the side. They weren't that high, which is something that I really like. I just feel like the dress itself was a little bit frumpy. Maybe I'm used to like tying, have a little tie like to pull the waist in. That's sort of something that I would much prefer. And also the fabric was quite thin, so I feel like regardless of the size that it would be, the fabric was still thin, so it still would feel, you would feel like it just showed your lumpity bumpities. So if you don't like that, I probably would steer clear of it. But otherwise, quite nice, very comfy, casual, something that you could pop on even like a denim jacket like this on top, just for that little extra something to the outfit. Some booties. The length I don't mind because of the slits on the side. I feel like they need a bit of length in order to get the slits there. So this is something that seems to be in for this winter. And that just retails for $30. Next up, I tried on another sweater dress in a size 20. Now this was in a hot pink, which of course, I mean, if I see pink, I have to try it on. Now this one actually had the tie up in the waist like I would want. However, this was also very, very thin in the fabric department. So when you look at it, it actually looks like it's going to be thick and fluffy, but the fabric is really quite thin. I just wanted to share because you could still see like all my like underwear underneath, which is something that I don't really like. So I feel like this would be needed in a little bit of a thicker fabric for it just to sit that little bit nicer. I did love the top, like I like the V-neck, I like the sleeves, and as I said, I like the tie-up. And I love the whole like jumper sweater dress look because it just looks so comfy, and it actually did feel comfy. I did like the slits on the side as well. So all in all, I really like the kind of structure to the dress. I just would have preferred the fabric to be a little bit thicker just for it to feel a little bit more covered, if that's the word. I mean, for Kmart quality, that's what you're getting. For those prices, you are getting the Kmart quality. So that is why sometimes we do shop in other places, because we're going to get that thicker fabric that actually sits that little bit nicer. But if you want something just seasonal, because this is what, whilst it looks lovely, I feel like it is something that it's not going to last season after season. So it's like, just wear the life out of it for now, and then you can donate it next year, and you don't feel like you've wasted money on something. And also, if the fashion changes, you don't care. That one retails for $35. Next up, well, this is my favorite shade of pink, and also I love a good shrug, so I had to try it on. Now I grabbed this one in the size 18 to 20. That's kind of how they came in sizing wise. The color was gorgeous, although I feel like I'm not sure about the style of it. I feel like it was a little bit too big for me. Perhaps my shoulders are just not broad enough to kind of keep it sitting there, because it just kept falling off my shoulders. So that's probably the reason why. I don't know if because I feel like if I sized down, it might have been too short in the sleeves maybe. I don't know. There was just something about it. Whilst the only thing I really liked about it was the color, I feel like the style, not so great. The fabric was a little bit, whilst like it had stretch to it, it was still a little bit acrylic-y, if that makes sense, and just not done the way I would like it. But I mean, I guess everyone has different body shapes as well, even in terms of shrugs. I just feel like it cut up too short, like it stopped there, whereas I would have preferred it to sit kind of more under my arms, so that way it would stay on that way. So you can kind of tell it's not made greatly, but I guess it might fit somebody else differently and they might actually like it. I know a lot of people probably don't like shrugs because they don't see the point of it. Like they'll say just wear a sweater anyway, but I feel like shrugs are a great addition to not ruining your outfit, if you know what I mean. Like if you have a dress and you love the style of it, even a jacket or something just hides it, but a shrug kind of just adds to it, and you get to keep the structure, the style of what you're wearing, and then your arms are covered if you're cold. And that is giving me, was it early 2000s that we were wearing those at some point? It must have been early 2000s. I loved them. I had them in so many colors, so I'm happy. I would happily get some more. And that one retails for $18. And believe me, if that one sat really nicely on me, I would have snapped that up because of that color. Next up, another knit dress, because there were so many of them and I really like them. I love like sweater dresses in winter. I just feel like they're so comfy, so like casual, and you could dress them up too if you wanted to. Now this one was in the plus size section, so I grabbed a size 22 because I thought just in case the other two, as I said, the material was thin, but I just wanted to know to make sure that it was thin and it wasn't just me. Now this 22 was actually quite roomy on me. Normally I probably wouldn't like anything that, I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell on the camera, but I could feel like, especially my waist area was quite roomy, but also the fabric was still very thin. So this one as well, see all the lumpity bumpities, which from a sweater dress I don't want because it's winter and it's cold, so I want something a little bit thicker. Now I did like the v-neck to it, and of course I always love anything that's tie up, and also the color, it's very like autumn to winter, which I like as well. In a way, if I wear it like that nice, it kind of looks a little bit oversized, and I don't mind it for a more casual look, like if I wore sneakers and you just have that little kind of roominess, because I'm so used to, like, I just like wearing fitted things. It's just been my style for so long that I tend to shy away from like the oversized. But when I look back on it now, I'm like, you know what, it's not too bad. Like I like the kind of top bit that it sat nice and kind of loose. But as I said, I'd want the bottom then to just sit that little bit kind of not so clingy onto me either. But once again, as I said, it is Kmart and it retails for $30. So for $30, that's probably what you're going to get. It's definitely not lined or anything like that. But for that price range, you could probably just buy yourself an underdress from Kmart too, and then you'll be good to go. And lastly, I tried on a jumper, like a nice sweater knit jumper in a size 20. And this was pretty straightforward. It was comfy, sat really nicely. It was navy with white stripes. I liked it. I just feel like it's like a nice everyday, even you can wear around the house, run your errands. Very nice and simple. I like navy. I feel like it works all seasons round. I like the v-neck up the top. It was pretty good. I like anything that's kind of has that nice comfortable fit to it. Feels comfortable, sits comfortably on. This is definitely like something that, you know what, it would be like one of those go-to, because the color doesn't stand out too much. It pretty much goes with anything, and then it's like something that you see in your cupboard, you're like, yep, let me grab that, I'm good to go, I know I look decent on. So this would be something you'd buy and probably wear all the time. And that one retails for $25. And that is everything that I tried on over at Kmart. There was quite a lot of things there. There was so many. Actually, I didn't record the accessories section. There was a lot of new accessories. There was a lot of scarves and things like that, and I probably should have. I did a few laps in the shoe section to see if there was anything, and I didn't really see anything at all. There was some boots, but not really. I feel like, I don't know what happened. Maybe they were sold out. And also, did Kmart ever get the loafers that Big W did? Because I went back to Big W and there are none left at all. So I don't know if I missed the moment where Kmart got them and they sold out, or they just never got them. I don't know. If you know, let me know down below. And that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you persevered to the end. Comment down below and let me know what was your favorite item, and have you bought anything from Kmart lately? If so, what has it been? And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not a subscriber and you do enjoy videos like this, stick around. I do have vlogs. Have a look on my channel and subscribe as well. Join the Stanzie Star family, as I'd love to have you here. And thank you guys so much for watching. Look, I can't even speak anymore. I've just been speaking for like 20 minutes straight. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. you.